Hey, I'm Chip Wilson, and we're coming to you from the New Orleans Musicians Village in the Upper Ninth Ward of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a singer-songwriter here and guitar player in New Orleans. I actually used to be a guitar maker for many, many years and built mostly archtop guitars. But today I'm playing this nice little Martin guitar that I like to use on my solo gigs. What I'd like to do is sort of give you a series of brief lessons. Today, just kind of a little introductory thing with a few little tricks of the trade that I've learned in my 40-year plus career. And please feel free to get in touch with me at chip@chipwilson.net. And check out chipwilson.net. There's a lot of videos, information, some photographs of instruments I've built, people I've worked with, and so on. That's www.chipwilson.net. Let's start with a nice little lick that I learned listening to the great guitar player Leo Kottke. This is kind of a pedal steel influenced lick. You've got your harmonic at the 12th fret, playing a G triad. Then you're repeating it at the 7th fret, reaching over and pulling on the B string to create that pedal steel effect. And when you let that thing off, it kind of gives you a G major 7th kind of sound. So there's kind of a nice thing, like let's say you got a nice song in G that you want to close off, you know. People love that. All right, I'm going to show you another trick that I use on my solo gigs. I do a lot of solo guitar. My great friend Alvin Young, who's a bassist and guitarist in the Wild Lotus band, showed me this trick with using capos in a kind of a different way. And when he showed it to me, I was like, yeah, that's nice, Alvin. I don't really see myself doing that. And then within about a month, it was an integral part of my playing. I don't really like to use a lot of open tunings in this part of my career because you have to continually retune the guitar. It's distracting to the audience, and takes time between songs. So what I like to do is instead I'll use a capo. I use a Shub capo. It's not an endorsement, just what I find that works. So here we are, we're going to be in the key of E. Here's your E chord. And now, instead of playing E in the first position, we're going to play it up here using the D chord. So what you got is as if it was drop D tuning, but without having to retune. And the other great thing about this is you don't have to revise your fingerings in any way because you haven't changed the pitch of the guitar. So, you know, here's a little sample of what you might do with this. Or just picking. For a little different flavor, move it up 2 frets. You're just going across 5 strings and leaving the open E string, low E string open. Same business. We're still in the key of E, but we're using the C position now. Kind of a great trick. Now let's say you want to play in G, but you want to use the same basic idea. Take another capo, put it on the 3rd fret, so you've got your low G string, and then take your capo. You're basically doing the exact same thing, only we've moved it up to the key of G. And if you go to the 4 chord, you can still use that open string. And again, the same business if you want to pull it up here. I get a lot of use out of this on my solo gigs because I play in a lot of different keys, and I don't want to have to think too hard, so I do it all in C or D. No, not really, but this is very helpful. I want to talk about just another couple of things that I've learned over the years. I built guitars and I've played in a lot of different kinds of bands, ranging from gypsy jazz bands to funk bands, folk bands, kind of bluegrass oriented stuff, western swing, blues bands, rock and roll, playing all kinds of rock and roll from Chuck Berry to Talking Heads. And so I've learned a lot about guitars over the years, and thankfully I've had some great people to teach me. Some of my playing friends like John Rankin here in New Orleans, Sean Harkness up in New York. When I built guitars, I learned a lot from the great guitar player Jimmy DeQuisto, or a great guitar maker. He actually was a great guitar player too. And one thing I've learned over the years about flat top guitars, you can really do a lot of good with the sound of a flat top guitar by using a denser, heavier bridge pin. These are Tusk, T-U-S-Q bridge pins, but I've used bone bridge pins also, and they seem to do really a lot to clarify the sound of a flat top. I really, almost all my flat tops have these Tusk bridge pins. Brass bridge pins seem to make a guitar sound a little bit on the harsh side to me. So I don't really like to use those, but these Tusk bridge pins work really well. What I'd like to do is make a few more videos and give you some other tricks, but if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can reach me at chipwilson.net. And please get in touch with me anytime. If you're thinking about coming to New Orleans, by all means, check my calendar, find out where I'm playing. And also, I'd be delighted to give you a lesson if you want to come to New Orleans and spend a little time with me and a couple of guitars. So thanks very much. And again, I'm Chip Wilson, www.chipwilson.net.